So this is one idea that I've been marinating on, I guess you could say, for the last couple of weeks. And maybe you guys will relate to this as well. Because comparison isn't the thief of joy. Perfectionism is. There's this word or this sentence that gets thrown around all the time, and it's comparison is the thief of joy. Basically meaning, especially nowadays, we go on social media, we see so many different creators making videos or building apps or decorating their apartment in a certain way, and we would tend to compare ourselves too much to these people, and at the end we would just feel super unhappy because we're comparing ourselves too much. But I like to argue that, at least through my direct experience, the real thief of joy has been perfectionism. And I say this because I'm someone who loves to think up the unimaginable. I like to try out different things. I've always wanted to test out different ideas. I wanted to make movies. I wanted to do animation. I wanted to create a design agency. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I want to do, or that I wanted to do. There are also a few hobbies that I wanted to start, but I just never did. And this is a huge pattern throughout my life. And it never really had to do with comparison. For me, what was blocking me was the sort of feeling like I have to do something perfect. So this perfection aspect of it kind of killed my motivation and removed all kind of joy that I could be having discovering this new hobby or discovering this new job or this new place, because I'm just too scared to make a mistake. And since I don't want to make mistakes, then I just don't do it. I watch hours of content on it. I read blog articles on it. I will talk to friends about it and possibly reach out to some people who've done it and ask them questions on how I can do it better. But ultimately, I just never started those hobbies, or I never started those projects. There's a bunch of YouTube videos that I have had planned for years on this channel that never saw the light of day. And that is because of my perfectionism or my want to be perfect. And I know I'm not alone in this. I know a lot of creative people struggle with this. And the reason why I say that comparison isn't the thief of joy, but perfectionism is because comparison is actually a good thing. There's possible ways to kind of overdo it, like in anything. But I feel like a good, healthy amount of comparison does kind of give you that kick to try something more, or to actually push yourself a bit further. So when I think of my last dream that I had, or at least big aspiration, was to start an agency. And when I started to build it, I would spend weeks researching, I would spend weeks watching videos, I would even ask friends, I would ask higher ups in companies, what are they doing, what things work. I would buy for courses. And it never really got me anywhere because I would just never put in the work, and I would never do the thing that would give me the results. And so I would just stop because I wasn't seeing any results. And so I believed for a long time, I'm not someone who can freelance, and I'm not someone who can be an entrepreneur, because I can only get a project every once in a while, which is obviously not enough to live off of. And so I would just search for a job. And I'm in a job right now. And the reason why I'm not leaving is because I don't believe in myself as much, or at least enough. So that's why I feel like the perfectionism, at least for me, blocks me way more than comparison. comparison has always pushed me to want to do more, and I always wanted to do better. I learned possibly everything you need to know on how to run a successful agency, and yet I did jack shit with it. I didn't do anything. And then other people did it. I didn't. Even though I could have done it actually really well. And that's not to boast or that's not to be narcissistic, but I did believe I had the capacity, but my search or my want to be perfect kept blocking me in more things than it didn't. I also feel like with perfectionism comes imposter syndrome, because you want to do things perfectly, and you also don't want to look like an idiot while doing it. That's why I stopped posting on this account for so long, because I'm scared to post something that people would find stupid. And I'm pretty sure, I've gotten already some negative comments, people telling me to hang myself, people telling me that I should stop, people telling me I got a huge ass nose, which I know. And I don't know where I want to go with that. So to get back to what I was saying about the imposter syndrome, it makes you not want to feel like an idiot, or you don't want to feel like an idiot. And what I was saying before is that I'm pretty sure, like I said, I got a bunch of hate comments on my YouTube videos. And also I'm pretty sure there's people who are talking behind my back, talking shit behind my back. And for the longest time, that did demotivate me to create. I didn't want to put my ideas out on the internet because I was scared of judgment, which can be from imposter syndrome, because you don't want to look like an idiot. So when I'm out here filming these videos, at least the last video that I filmed outside, I felt scared as shit. Today, I'm filming this in an even more public area and I'm feeling even more scared as shit. And I need to stop swearing. Maybe once I start speaking better throughout these videos, I'll stop swearing. I need to stop using filler words in these videos. So, I don't know who is watching this video. I don't know who you are. But if you resonate with this, then, or if you've never heard this point of view before, you can create what you want, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And if you already have the habit of being perfect before posting, I urge you to, or at least recommend that you stop doing that. Just start posting. Just post whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. Because also what I noticed on social media is that you can be posting once a week, and the people who post once a week usually get forgotten. There's a lot of accounts that I follow that if they don't post, I won't, I honestly won't even remember, and I won't care. Like, not that I don't care about the person, but it's just, I've got other things going on. And so you're not as important as you think, and that is almost a relief, because that means you can do whatever you want pretty much. I deactivated my Instagram account for probably about a month now. I'm sure when I put it back on, no one's gonna care. No one is gonna notice that I was gone. So you could see it in a very nihilistic view, or nihilistic way of, or kind of pessimistic way, should I say. That, oh no, I'm not as important and no one cares. Or you can choose to check, or you can choose to look at it in a optimistic way, saying no one cares. And I feel like it makes you much more free that way. And this is something I'm still going through. I'm not saying that I've achieved it and that I don't care at all about what other people think. I'm filming this outside and people look at me and I feel really uncomfortable. But I just have to continue speaking, because otherwise I'm never gonna make these videos. So take this as you want. And if you guys want more of my takes on certain things that that I think about. Obviously, just like the video and subscribe, because that obviously helps the algorithm let you know what's important and shares it to other people. So yeah, I guess that is all that you can do and what you should do. So this video was not perfect. I didn't plan anything. I just had an idea in my head, and then I figured, sure, let me quickly record this and post it on YouTube. No editing or minimal editing, and we'll see how it goes. So we'll see you guys in the next video.